Well, there's some good news and bad news regarding scams here in Southwest Florida. The good news is people are becoming more aware of scammers and their tricks, so less people are getting scammed overall. But the bad news, of course, is these scams are still happening, sometimes getting people out of tens of thousands of dollars. So this morning we have Heather Turco from the Lee County Sheriff's Office with us to talk about some of the recent scam reports that you guys have seen. What's going on, Heather?
Hey, Lisa. Yeah, there's no shortage of people calling in and letting us know that they may become a victim of fraud or identity theft. We had a woman in her 50s who was a victim of identity theft. She was locked out of her credit card account. Some people do that. They get locked out of their bank account or whatever. So she looked into it. She found out that someone had used her personal information to call and cancel her current card.
Oh, boy.
Order a new card and change the address, the mailing address, to an address in Miami. Well, that's very concerning. So they did the legwork. They were able to just cancel that particular card. And the good news here, there were no fraudulent charges made. However, that could have been a bad situation.
Right. And how did the scammer get her personal information?
Now, we've talked before, there are a lot of ways that crooks can get your information. She may have clicked on something strange. It's important, so important to guard your information. Make sure that you're dealing with a legitimate website or a legitimate person who is with a legitimate company. And the most important thing she does, and it's something that we recommend all the time, is staying on top of your financial statements. Check those statements every day. It's important. She was able to see, wow, I can't access my account. There's an issue, and then look into it.
And you guys also had a gentleman who also almost became a victim, right?
We did, and my goodness, this was a bad one. He was in his 70 years old, in his 70s, I should say, contacted us and said since the beginning of the year, so we're talking like for 6 months now, he's received several phone calls from different phone numbers saying he won a prize.
Oh, gosh.
$5 million. How great would that be? So he heard this person out, this crook out, and they convinced him, because they were so good at what they do. This is their business, remember, it is what they do, to send a cashier's check of $10,000 to a New York address to claim this $5 million. And again, so convincing that he sent the check. Now, here's the kicker. Most people, when they do something, all of a sudden they get this feeling, this gut instinct like, oh, I don't know if I did something wrong. And they were able to look into it, get the Postal Service involved, able to intervene.
Thank goodness.
Keep that check from going to that New York address, so he's okay too. But it's so scary that that can happen in just a moment. Never pay for a prize. That's what I say.
Never.
Bring the check to my house, but never pay for a prize.
Right. A prize you should not have to pay for. They should be paying you.
You're exactly right.
Not everyone gets this lucky, though, as this woman and this gentleman.
I know. I love to see reports like this, that it's actually good news. It's a good ending, and we can then encourage people and empower people with this knowledge. You're right. A lot of people do get scammed. They're still getting scammed, but it's important that you go ahead and make the report if something fishy like this happens, so then we can do segments like this and let our folks know out there. Sheriff Marcino insisting you'd call our fraud line if you have any questions at all. It is 239-258-3292. We are always here to help.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for coming in, Heather.
Absolutely.